When approaching a railroad crossing without signals or gates, you should always A. Cross quickly without stopping if no train is in sight. B. Slow down, look both ways, and be prepared to stop. C. Stop on the tracks to check for trains. D. Maintain your speed and honk your horn. Answer B. Uncontrolled railroad crossings require drivers to reduce speed and remain alert. Trains can approach from either direction and may not always be heard until close. Stopping on the tracks is illegal and dangerous. If you are involved in a collision, the law requires you to exchange your driver license, vehicle registration, and A. Social Security number. B. Insurance information with others involved. C. Driving history and court records. D. Credit score. Answer B. Following a collision, drivers must legally provide their driver's license, vehicle registration, and insurance details to all parties involved and to law enforcement if requested. A pedestrian with a white cane or a guide dog is attempting to cross the road. What should you do? A. Honk to let them know you're approaching. B. Rev your engine to warn them. C. Stop completely and yield. D. Drive slowly behind them. Answer C. Pedestrians with white canes or guide dogs are visually impaired and have the right-of-way at all crossings. It's your responsibility to stop and allow them to cross safely. Driving under the influence, DUI, is defined by law as operating a vehicle. A. Only when your BAC is over 0.1%. B. With a BAC of 0.08% or higher for adults. C. Only if alcohol is consumed within 2 hours. D. Only after a failed field sobriety test. Answer B. For adult drivers, the legal limit for blood alcohol concentration, BAC, is 0.08%. Drivers under May 21st be cited with lower levels. DUI laws vary but are strictly enforced. What does a solid yellow line on your side of the center line mean? A. You may not pass. B. You may pass with caution. C. It's a lane divider only. D. Passing is allowed during the day only. Answer A. A solid yellow line on your side indicates a no passing zone. You must stay in your lane unless turning left or instructed otherwise. When driving on wet roads, your car may hydroplane. What is the first thing you should do? A. Slam on the brakes. B. Speed up slightly. C. Ease off the gas pedal. D. Steer sharply in the opposite direction. Answer C. Hydroplaning happens when tires lose contact with the road due to water. Easing off the accelerator helps you regain traction without skidding. You should dim your headlights to low beam within how many feet of an oncoming vehicle? A. 100 feet. B. 300 feet. C. 500 feet. D. 1,000 feet. Answer C. To prevent blinding the oncoming driver, high beams must be dimmed within 500 feet. Use low beams in fog or rain, too. If a traffic signal is not working, you should A. Proceed through the intersection quickly. B. Treat the intersection as if it had stop signs in all directions. C. Ignore it and keep moving. D. Only stop if cross traffic is visible. Answer B. When traffic signals are out, treat the intersection as a four-way stop. Yield right-of-way accordingly and proceed only when safe. When parking uphill on a road with a curb, you should turn your front wheels. A. Toward the curb. B. Straight ahead. C. Away from the curb. D. In any direction. Answer C. Turning the wheels away from the curb ensures that if your vehicle rolls, it will roll into the curb, not into traffic. When merging onto a freeway, you should A. Always stop before merging. B. Accelerate to match the flow of traffic. C. Merge slowly to let others pass. D. Enter at any speed regardless of traffic. Answer B. Matching the speed of traffic when merging helps prevent accidents and allows for a smoother transition onto the freeway. What is the purpose of a no zone on a large commercial truck? A. It's a rest area. B. A blind spot where the driver can't see other vehicles. C. A speed-restricted area. D. A passing-only lane. Answer B. No zones are large blind spots around commercial trucks. Avoid lingering in these areas to stay safe. If your tire blows out while driving, the best immediate response is to A. Brake hard. B. Steer sharply off the road. C. Grip the wheel firmly and slow down gradually. D. Speed up to control the vehicle. Answer C. Sudden braking or sharp steering can cause a loss of control. Gradual deceleration while steering straight is safest. When two vehicles arrive at an uncontrolled intersection at the same time, who has the right of way? A. The driver on the left. B. The larger vehicle. C. The driver on the right. D. The vehicle going straight. Answer C. In the absence of signs or signals, yield to the vehicle on your right as per standard right-of-way rules. When is it legal to use a cell phone without a hands-free device while driving? A. When driving under 35 miles per hour. B. Only in rural areas. C. During emergencies to call emergency services. D. Any time after 10 p.m. Answer C. Most states prohibit handheld device use while driving except in true emergencies. At what BAC level can a driver under 21 be cited for DUI in most states? A. 0%. B. 0.01%. C. 0.05%. D. 0.08%. Answer B. Zero tolerance laws mean underage drivers can be cited with even a trace of alcohol, often at 0.01% BAC. A red arrow on a traffic signal means you must A. Yield to vehicles turning. B. Stop and wait until the arrow turns green. C. Turn after stopping. D. Proceed slowly with caution. Answer B. A red arrow prohibits movement in that direction until the signal allows it. The basic speed law says you must A. Always drive at the posted speed limit. B. Adjust speed to match other drivers. C. Never drive faster than is safe for current conditions. D. Only speed if you're late. Answer C. Even if the posted speed is 65 miles per hour, driving in fog or heavy rain may require slower speeds for safety. If you're in an intersection and the traffic light turns red, you should A. Back up. B. Speed up. C. Complete the turn or movement. D. Wait in the middle. Answer C. Once you've entered the intersection legally, complete your turn safely to clear the way for other drivers. When are roads most slippery? A. After it's been raining for several hours. B. Right after a rain begins. C. During heavy fog. D. After snow melts. Answer B. Oil and debris mix with water when rain first starts, making the road extremely slick. Flashing yellow traffic signal means A. Stop completely. B. Proceed only after a full stop. C. Slow down and proceed with caution. D. Stop and wait for green. Answer: C. Flashing yellow warns drivers to be alert and proceed carefully, not stop. If you see orange construction signs and cones on a freeway, you should: A. Maintain your current speed. B. Slow down and be prepared to stop or follow directions. C. Speed up to pass the construction zone quickly. D. Ignore the signs unless workers are present. Answer: B. Construction zones require reduced speed and increased caution due to possible lane changes, equipment, and worker presence. Violations may result in doubled fines. When driving behind another vehicle at night, you should: A. Keep your high beams on to see clearly. B. Use fog lights instead of regular headlights. C. Dim your lights when within 300 feet. D. Honk to alert the driver of your presence. Answer: C. High beams can blind drivers ahead of you in their rearview mirrors. Dimming within 300 feet is required to ensure safety and visibility for others. If another driver is tailgating you, you should: A. Brake suddenly to scare them. B. Speed up to increase distance. C. Move to another lane or gradually slow down to encourage them to pass. D. Turn on your hazard lights. Answer: C. Aggressive tailgaters can cause accidents. It's safest to let them pass rather than escalating the situation. What does a flashing red traffic light at an intersection mean? A. Caution, proceed slowly. B. Same as a stop sign. C. Pedestrians only. D. Stop only if vehicles are present. Answer: B. A flashing red light means stop completely and yield before proceeding, just like a stop sign. You must yield to emergency vehicles. A. Only if they're in your lane. B. At all times, by pulling to the right and stopping. C. Only if sirens are on. D. Only when there are more than 2 emergency vehicles. Answer: B. Emergency vehicles with lights or sirens always have right-of-way. Failing to yield is illegal and dangerous. Before making a lane change, you must: A. Accelerate quickly and switch lanes. B. Flash your headlights. C. Check mirrors, blind spots, and signal. D. Honk and move over quickly. Answer: C. A safe lane change involves using mirrors, checking over your shoulder, and signaling in advance. A double solid yellow line in the center of the road means: A. Passing is allowed in both directions. B. You may pass if there are no cars. C. No passing from either direction. D. You can turn left or pass. Answer: C. Double solid yellow lines mean both directions must stay in their lanes, only left turns are permitted from these lines. If your accelerator sticks while driving, you should first: A. Turn off the ignition immediately. B. Apply the emergency brake. C. Shift to neutral and steer safely. D. Open your door and signal. Answer: C. Shifting to neutral allows the engine to disengage from the wheels, preventing acceleration while you regain control. You approach a crosswalk where a pedestrian with a guide dog is waiting. You should: A. Stop and allow them to cross. B. Honk gently to notify them. C. Flash your lights. D. Drive slowly and wait for them to move. Answer: A. Drivers must always stop for visually impaired pedestrians. It is both a legal and safety requirement. If your car starts to skid on a slippery road, you should: A. Steer in the opposite direction of the skid. B. Slam the brakes. C. Steer in the direction of the skid and ease off the gas. D. Accelerate out of the skid. Answer: C. This helps you regain traction without worsening the skid. Braking hard or jerking the wheel can cause a spin. It is illegal to park your vehicle: A. On a slight hill. B. Within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. C. At a gas station. D. In your own driveway. Answer: B. Fire hydrants must remain accessible to emergency services. Parking too close can lead to fines or towing. A green arrow appearing with a red traffic light means: A. You must stop and wait. B. You can proceed in the direction of the arrow only. C. You may turn in any direction. D. You must yield to pedestrians only. Answer: B. A green arrow overrides the red light for that direction only, allowing movement in that direction after yielding if necessary. On a freeway, if you miss your exit, you should: A. Reverse carefully. B. Cross the median. C. Continue to the next exit. D. Stop and make a U-turn. Answer: C. Never reverse or make illegal turns on a freeway. Exit at the next available off-ramp. You are driving in fog with low visibility. What should you do? A. Use high-beam headlights. B. Turn on emergency flashers. C. Use low-beam headlights and slow down. D. Drive faster to clear the fog quickly. Answer: C. Low-beam lights reduce glare and improve visibility in fog. High beams can reflect off the fog and impair vision. When you hear a siren or see flashing lights behind you, you should: A. Speed up to get out of the way. B. Pull over to the right and stop. C. Stop in your lane. D. Make a U-turn immediately. Answer: B. Emergency vehicles have the right of way. Always pull to the right and stop until they pass. Before turning left at an intersection, you must yield to: A. Only oncoming vehicles. B. Pedestrians, oncoming traffic, and cyclists. C. Vehicles behind you. D. Only traffic signals. Answer: B. Turning left requires yielding to all cross traffic, including people and bicycles, to avoid collisions. A broken white line on the road means: A. Passing is not allowed. B. You may change lanes when safe. C. The road is under construction. D. Emergency vehicles only. Answer: B. Broken white lines separate lanes moving in the same direction and allow lane changes with caution. Which of these substances can impair your ability to drive? A. Alcohol only. B. Prescription medication, illegal drugs, or alcohol. C. Only drugs taken without prescriptions. D. None unless consumed in large amounts. Answer: B. All these can impair alertness, coordination, and reaction time even if legally obtained. If you are driving in a roundabout and want to exit, you should: A. Stop in the roundabout to signal. B. Use your turn signal before exiting. C. Accelerate through the exit. D. Change lanes without signaling. Answer: B. Signaling in a roundabout helps others anticipate your movements, increasing safety and flow. On a two-lane road, if a school bus is stopped with flashing red lights, you must: A. Stop only if you're behind the bus. B. Stop only if children are crossing. C. Stop from either direction until lights stop flashing. D. Proceed slowly with caution. Answer: C. Laws require all traffic in both directions to stop when a school bus flashes red lights unless there's a physical divider. What should you do if your brakes suddenly fail? A. Turn off the engine immediately. B. Pump the brakes and shift to a lower gear. C. Pull the parking brake and speed up. D. Jump out of the vehicle. Answer B. Pumping builds pressure in the brake system. Downshifting slows the car naturally. Only use the parking brake as a last resort. When approaching a yield sign, you must A. Speed up to merge. B. Slow down and be ready to stop. C. Stop only if traffic is heavy. D. Always stop completely. Answer B. Yield means you must give right-of-way but don't have to stop unless necessary. A white rectangular traffic sign usually indicates A. Construction information. B. Regulatory instructions, speed limits, no turn. C. Warnings only. D. Services nearby. Answer B. White rectangular signs display laws and regulations that must be obeyed. When is it acceptable to pass another vehicle on the right? A. Never. B. Only on one-lane roads. C. When the vehicle is turning left and you have room. D. On narrow bridges. Answer C. Passing on the right is legal only when safe and not on the shoulder or unpaved portion of the road. What is the hand signal for a left turn? A. Left arm extended straight out. B. Left arm bent at the elbow, pointing up. C. Right arm pointing down. D. Left arm pointing down. Answer A. Hand signals are used when lights fail. Extending the left arm straight out indicates a left turn. If your vehicle begins to overheat, you should A. Turn off the heater. B. Speed up to cool the engine. C. Turn on the heater and pull over. D. Open the radiator immediately. Answer C. The heater removes heat from the engine. Pull over safely and wait for the engine to cool before inspecting. When should you use your horn? A. When another driver is slow. B. To warn others of danger. C. To greet a friend. D. In a traffic jam. Answer B. The horn should only be used to prevent a collision, not for aggressive or social purposes. If you are caught driving with a suspended license, the penalty could be A. Warning only. B. Additional fine and license revocation. C. Automatic reinstatement. D. Only points on your record. Answer B. Driving with a suspended license is a serious offense, often leading to fines, extended suspension, and possible jail time. What's the best way to avoid being in a blind spot of a large truck? A. Follow closely. B. Stay to the left. C. Pass quickly and stay visible. D. Drive in the right rear zone. Answer C. Truck drivers have large blind spots. If you can't see the driver's mirrors, they likely can't see you. Pass safely and don't linger. If you are driving in heavy rain and your windshield wipers suddenly stop working, you should A. Continue driving until it stops. B. Open your window and look out. C. Pull over immediately and call for help. D. Drive faster to reach shelter. Answer C. Inoperable wipers in heavy rain create dangerous visibility issues. It's safest to stop and wait or call for assistance.